In the kingdom of Eldoria, there lived a being known only as the Shadow Queen. A being of pure chaos and malevolence, she was feared and despised by all who knew of her existence. Her very presence brought darkness and despair to the land, and none dared to oppose her for fear of the consequences. Less than BR greater than the Shadow Queen was a creature of chaos, fueled by a desire to spread fear and destruction wherever she went. She cared nothing for the lives of others, viewing them as mere playthings to be used and discarded at her whim. Her only goal was to sow chaos and discord, reveling in the suffering of those around her. Less than BR greater than her powers were unmatched, her magic dark and twisted. She could command the very shadows themselves, bending them to her will and using them to strike fear into the hearts of her enemies. Her laughter was like the sound of death itself, a chilling sound that sent shivers down the spines of all who heard it. Less than BR greater than those who crossed paths with the Shadow Queen soon learned the true meaning of fear. She showed no mercy, no remorse for the pain and suffering she inflicted upon others. To her, they were nothing more than ants to be crushed beneath her heel. Less than BR greater than, but despite her power and cruelty, there was something about the Shadow Queen that drew people to her. Some whispered that she was not truly evil, that deep down, she was just a lost soul searching for meaning in a world that had forsaken her. Others believed that she was a victim of her own dark powers, unable to control the chaos that raged within her. Less than BR greater than none of these rumors held any truth, for the Shadow Queen was a being of pure malevolence. She reveled in the suffering of others, feeding off their fear and pain like a predator in the night. She was chaos incarnate, a monster without remorse or conscience. Less than BR greater than, and so, the Shadow Queen continued her reign of terror, spreading fear and destruction wherever she went. To those who knew her, she was a being of pure evil, a monster without peer. Chaotic evil was not just a definition for her, it was the very essence of her being. Less than BR greater than, and as long as the Shadow Queen roamed the land, Eldoria would never know peace. For she was a creature of darkness, a being of pure chaos, and she would stop at nothing to achieve her twisted goals. And so the people of Eldoria lived in fear, knowing that the Shadow Queen was out there, watching, waiting, ready to strike at any moment. Less than BR greater than, and in the darkness, the Shadow Queen laughed, a sound that echoed through the night like the cry of a banshee. For she knew that in the end, chaos would reign supreme, and she would be the one to rule over it all.